not going to sit here and act like we're experts on the Japanese baseball market whatsoever. But last year for Imei, he had a 1.92 ERA with 163.2 innings pitched. I think this is out of the guys with Murakami and Akamoto. And when it comes to Imei, I think Imei is the guy that makes the most sense for the Yankees. Although, I mean, if they were willing to go off of Ryan McMahon, but I think they're going to run it back with McMahon after trading for him. I think that Ime makes the most sense when you look at Garrett Cole coming back and probably later into the year off of Tommy John surgery. You don't know what's happening with Rodon. I think that when the Yankees going into this free agency, I think that they look at Ime and are like, this makes sense for us, and in the long term, we could have a really solid pitcher here. And
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking at when in comparison to these other Japanese guys who are going to be in the free agency market.
Yeah, I don't think they go after the first baseman, third baseman. He strikes out a lot. Cash has said they're trying to get away from that. I think in my there's a shot there. It's still just tough to see them adding a Cole Fried, a fourth really big pitching contract, in my opinion. Honestly, I would totally welcome it because we've seen what these Japanese pitchers look like when they come over lately, and they are nasty. Yamamoto just, carried his team to a World Series. I do kind of find it tough to believe they'll pay up on a fourth big pitching contract. Like I said, when they could pay up for a deal like a Sandy Alcantara, who I do not want, or a Joe Ryan, who I do want, or a Tariq Skubal, who I do want. So we'll see, or an Edward Cabrera, who I do want. But I would love to see it, but I'm not too sure it'll happen.
Yeah,
He's probably going to get $200 million. He might
I
get the
think there
biggest
was,
pitching contract in the league. I don't think they'll sign a free agent pitcher unless it's him, like a big
yeah,
one. Like they're not going to sign a King. They're not paying for Dylan Cease, who would. He had a bad year last year. It blows my mind. People think he's going to get $200 million. Framber, I mean, he literally hit his catcher with a baseball because he was mad at him. So I don't think the Yankees go after Framber.
no.
Maybe make a trade for like a Freddie Peralta type of thing, but the Brewers are going to want to win again. Um, I think it's Imai or no big pitcher personally.
I think that yeah, I think that it's definitely in play. Especially, I think there was also a rumor that he wasn't too keen, and everyone's saying, "Oh, he's going to go to the Dodgers." I think there was a rumor saying that he wasn't too keen on wanting to pitch alongside Yamamoto and sort of wanted his
At
own.
some point, they can't want to
Yeah,
live under
and
Shohei's shadow forever,
yeah,
and
and
now
they got
Yamamoto's.
Sasaki there too. So I have a hunch that he's probably going to go elsewhere. And when in regards to both Murakami and Akamoto, as I said, I don't really think that having the third base, having Ryan McMahon as well as Ben Rice on the corner spots for next year. Although I do think, like, out of the two of those, I think Akamoto would probably be the guy to go for. He has a by the numbers, he has a better plate discipline. He's been known to have a better glove at both first base and third base. I think Murakami's been known to be more of the kind of higher one. Akamoto has the higher floor. Murakami maybe has the higher ceiling because of the bat. You know, could he be a guy that hits you 40 home runs? I
Yeah.
mean, one of the big things was last year, or 2024, he hit just 093 against pitches 93 miles per hour or faster. So that's something
That's nuts. I'm all
that
set on that then. That's a good
yeah,
stat. Thanks for telling me that, Rob. I'm all set now.
I'm all set on that. So when it comes to these players coming over from Japan, and I do think like at one point the Yankees were sort of owning that market, and now it's sort of gone over to the Dodgers. But
Can't beat
when
geography,
when
man.
I
Six
think
hours closer.
yes, exactly, that is a big play for could they want to just not be in the city and then go
It's
closer
anyone in
to
the West Coast,
anyone?
Seattle, San Diego,
Exactly.
LA, the
So
Angel.
while I do think the Yankees at the end of the day have an outside chance, if they are sort of able to woo Ime from Japan and sort of bring him in, I think it makes sense having an older Garrett Cole coming off of an elbow issue, and now we a little bit of unpredictability with Carlos Rodon. So it makes sense. as you mentioned, I don't know if they're going to be willing to spend, but it would be awesome if they did, and I think it would be
Yeah.
it would be something that makes sense at the end of the day. Um, so
I
we
think
talked about the yeah.
no, I was gonna say I think based off of Cash's comments last night too, is he said something along the lines of like, what was the word? We need to I don't know, virtually he said like we need to band-aid the rotation until Cole and Rodon come back in May. And that was the month he used was May for Cole and Rodon. So I think at the end of the day, you got to find six starts, probably three from Rodon and three from Cole that you're not going to have. And I think he looks at those and goes, three of them are Yarby.